Ideal Industries continues to set the standard for innovation, performance, and quality with our full line of installation and testing products to analyze and maintain local area network systems. For Ethernet networks, Ideal's LanXPLORER is a diagnostic and statistical analysis powerhouse for testing and maintenance, reducing the time it takes to identify and solve network slowdowns and other problems. LanXPLORER monitors network data and will detect devices connected to the network, identify what type of data is being transmitted, how much bandwidth is being used, and the presence of any network traffic errors. It instantly identifies what devices are on the network and how much bandwidth is in use at any point in any part of the system. It will measure total traffic, find the source of errors, and locate cable breaks. If power over Ethernet is in use, the LanXPLORER can identify PoE-enabled ports, measure available power, and even measure real-time consumption by PoE devices. It determines if voice-over IP calls meet industry quality standards and helps diagnose computer connectivity and performance issues across the network. We'll show you the innovative features that we've designed into the new Ideal LanXPLORER. We'll demonstrate the many uses for this versatile tester in schools, hospitals, airports, and businesses. Then we'll provide a series of specific applications so you can use the product with confidence and efficiency. The DVD also contains reference materials, product data sheets, and manuals that you can access from the DVD-ROM Reference Materials folder. The LanXPLORER line features 3 product versions to fit different budgets and testing requirements. All 3 models are housed in a palm-sized chassis with an easy-to-grip shape and rubberized case material. Its 3.5-inch color screen provides an intuitive graphical user interface and a simple keypad to access all of its functions. The Pro model features a touchscreen interface for even faster operation. There are a series of special function keys, including Auto Test, which can be set to perform a number of individual tests with a single press. Tests are stored in non-volatile internal memory and can be easily transferred to a standard USB thumb drive for archiving, analysis, and reporting. The configuration of the LanXPLORER can also be saved to a USB drive to restore a unit or transfer that configuration to other LanXPLORERs. You can map the network to reveal the number of active devices that are connected and display a top 10 list of the highest bandwidth consumers and the type of data being generated. All 3 models include copper testing ports with field-exchangeable RJ45 connector inserts so that normal wear and tear will not take the LanXPLORER out of service. The Plus and Pro versions include Wi-Fi capability, and the Pro version has 2 copper ports for inline use on live networks, as well as an SFP module for fiber optic testing. The Plus and Pro models have built-in 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi capabilities that allow testing of wireless devices throughout the entire network. All models will operate with standard AA alkaline batteries for up to 3 hours of continuous use. An available nickel metal hydride battery pack extends the operation to 5 hours and is standard with the Pro model and optional with the Basic and Plus models. The battery is rechargeable internally in about 8 hours. The value of the key features of Ideal's LanXPLORER Pro model are obvious to LAN integrators, system administrators, network troubleshooters, as well as installers of IP CCTV systems. LanXPLORER quickly identifies problems, stops finger pointing, and saves time. The LanXPLORER Pro is a true multimedia tester for copper, fiber, and wireless networks. Its full gigabit capability allows it to be used anywhere in an Ethernet LAN to diagnose problems with switches, servers, IP phones, wireless access points, CCTV cameras, and any other Ethernet-enabled device. The LanXPLORER has excellent passive cable test functions for wire mapping and cable tracing, because 70 to 80% of network faults stem from cabling issues. For active networks, you can monitor traffic, netmap and verify, perform inline testing, and analyze PoE and PoE Plus devices and power usage. Its portability and small size make it easier to use at any point in the data stream when diagnosing network problems. And the user interface is a simple-to-navigate icon-based system that is accessed via touchscreen on the Pro model and through the simple keypad on the Basic and Plus models. The ideal LanXPLORER is a versatile tester that can analyze network performance and provide data based on where it's inserted in the system. Each application will be demonstrated using the top-of-the-line LanXPLORER Pro model. Copper endpoint testing is done by plugging the Ethernet cable into the RJ45 port on the left side of the unit. LanXPLORER immediately detects the network configuration, and the main screen will display important parameters including link speed and type, straight or crossover connection, PoE status, and the IP status. Use the NetMap function to discover devices on the network. You can select from narrow or wide subnet scans or specify a custom range. During the NetMap scan, the unit will automatically classify each device detected and let you view any services running on that device. NetMaps can resolve addresses to host names and will store a snapshot of the network for comparison at a later time. The NetVerify function allows you to compare saved netmaps to a current network to instantly reveal new or missing devices and to identify changes in a device's configuration, such as IP address, host name, or running services. You can display the top 10 talkers on the network and the top consumers of bandwidth. The unit will sort by IP address, host name, or protocol to reveal the average and maximum bandwidth consumed. It will display the top 10 protocols in use and a frame count of each with instant 30-second average or continuous sampling. A separate top 10 list also tracks error-generating devices to make isolating a trouble-causing device a breeze. Bandwidth and error counters can be reset simply to verify the result of any corrective actions. Fiber optic endpoint monitoring is done by plugging a fiber optic link cable into the port on the left side of the unit. You can determine the network configuration, and the main screen will display important parameters including link speed and type, IP status, and the optical power from the switch. Again, you can select narrow or wide scan to automatically classify devices, then store the netmap to detect what's new or missing on the fiber optic network. The unit will display the top 10 consumers sorted by IP address and by protocol, and display the average and maximum bandwidth consumed. LanXPLORER supports SFP diagnostic functions to report received optical power, allowing you to troubleshoot optical switch ports and cabling. LanXPLORER is compatible with 1000 base SX, LX, and ZX small form factor pluggable optical modules. For copper wire map testing, the cable test mode can perform detailed analysis with TIA 568 AB coding and fault finding. And the ideal LanXPLORER tests pin by pin versus pair testing to accurately depict even complex wire map errors. The integrated TDR measures cable length and provides accurate distance to shorts and opens in the cable. There is also built-in voltage protection that prevents damage caused by accidental connection to non-Ethernet outlets by emitting an audible alert and a display of voltage present on each pin. There are two modes available for cable tracing. An audible tone generator works with any inductive amplifier probe, or you can use the port blink function to identify the port with the switch link LED when connected to an active Ethernet line. The traffic seen by LanXPLORER depends on where it is placed in the network. Putting it in line between the Internet router and the LAN will allow it to see all Internet traffic coming in and out of the network. Placing it between a wireless access point in the network will let it see all the wireless activity on that AP. Placing it between a PC and the network will allow it to diagnose issues that may be preventing that computer from connecting to the network. When connected between an IP CCTV camera and the network, it will show the real-time bandwidth generated by the camera so that you can see how changing settings such as resolution, frame rate, and video compression impact network performance. Placing it between an IP phone and the network will allow it to perform quality of service tests on calls made to or from that phone. On a PoE or PoE Plus device, you will see how much power the device is drawing and on which pairs. When connected in the inline mode, LanXPLORER displays the maximum current and average bandwidth consumed, protocols in use, received and transmitted errors, network problems, and IP status of the connected device. Used inline, the LanXPLORER will monitor SIP phone statistics and measure quality of service. You can log the last 20 calls and monitor the call initiation and connection process in real time. You can measure the quality of service with statistics of the last 20 calls to see the min, max, and average jitter and delay statistics. You can also set up pass-fail limits to conduct quick go or no-go tests. The detailed stats tell you who made the call, which port and protocol was used, and the quality of the connection by reading the packet loss rate and percentage. All three LanXPLORER models can perform PoE and PoE Plus detection and load simulation. During the link detection process, the LanXPLORER will display the presence of PoE. Following this, a detailed load test can be run to identify which pairs the PoE is using and how much voltage, current, and wattage are available under load. This test lets you determine if excessively long cable runs are causing a voltage drop, which may prevent continuous operation of a PoE device. Pass-fail limits can also be set to include PoE load testing as part of your selective auto test suite. The LanXPLORER Pro model, with its 2 copper ports, can perform inline PoE testing in addition to load testing. In this mode, a PoE device is connected to the network through the LanXPLORER. The LanXPLORER will pass power and data to the device and display the voltage and current draw in real time. This lets you determine how much power a device actually needs throughout its boot-up process and during sustained operation. When combined with the PoE load test, you know absolutely whether a specific PoE device will function on a particular network drop because you know how much power is needed and how much power is available. The LanXPLORER Plus and Pro models have the ability to survey and connect to 2.4 GHz B, G, and N Wi-Fi networks. You can view the network ID, signal strength, channel, and security status. You can save the access point list and join networks to conduct additional tests as well. The unit also displays connection speed and details about the access point. By running the autotest function, you can ping and trace the route, netmap and net verify, get IP connection information, and even determine the broadcast frame count. To solve Ethernet network problems, the ideal LanXPLORER offers you the best performance, capability, and quality to save you time and money. For more information, contact our technical support services.